Police reform is expected to be on President Biden's agenda when he addresses a joint session of Congress for the first time as president this week. Today, the administration also announced the U.S. will be sharing a pipeline of AstraZeneca vaccines with the world. ABC's White House correspondent Karen Travers joins us now with more on all of that. Karen, I want to start with this vaccine announcement today because the Biden administration has been under a lot of pressure to do more to respond to the surge in COVID cases globally. So what's the administration's approach now?
Yeah, 60 million doses, as you say, of AstraZeneca that the United States has right now. But Diane, we can't use it here because it hasn't been given emergency use authorization. So what the administration is going to do after the FDA completes its safety review, we'll start to distribute that around the world. No specifics yet on who will get it, how many doses, and the timing on that, saying, of course, this is all dependent on the FDA safety review. But this is something that the administration has been facing increasing pressure, that the United States has enough supply for all American adults who want to get the vaccine from just the Moderna and Pfizer batches. You know, of course, this is also taking into account that pause from the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. The administration feels confident that they have what they need, and now they can start to be generous and start giving it out. But again, no details yet on when that will start and who is going to get it.
And now on to Biden's first 100 days in office, Karen. Our latest ABC News Washington Post poll indicates that President Biden has a 52% approval rating. That's the third lowest at the 100-day mark of any president since 1945. So how is the Biden administration looking at these numbers, explaining these numbers, and addressing these numbers?
They're explaining it, Diane, by saying that they always knew that President Biden would be entering office in one of the most divisive political moments in American history, that this country is so divided. Look at the recent elections and how close everything has been. And it's no surprise then that he's just barely over that majority with a 50% approval rating. Our colleague Mary Bruce was pushing the White House on this today about what lessons you can take from numbers like this and what does it suggest about how the president is governing. And Diane, the White House says that when you actually drill down into some of the issues, they say they have widespread support for some of the things the president wants to do, like his handling of the COVID-19 pandemic, his push for family leave, paid leave, education money, things like that. So they're going to emphasize those things, not that top line approval number. But I think it is very clear, it does show just how divided this country is right now.
Yeah, it sure does. And the president has a big address coming up this week. What does he need to do in that address? What are you expecting to hear from him?
The president's going to be reflecting back on his first 100 days, and he'll talk about some of their big accomplishments. Of course, first and foremost, look for him to talk about getting the pandemic under control and the rapid increase in vaccinations that we've seen in this country in the past couple of weeks, getting the COVID-19 relief bill passed and getting it signed, getting money out to Americans. But he's also going to lay out the next part of his big legislative push. We've seen the infrastructure plan laid out. This is now the human infrastructure plan, as the White House is calling it. We're expecting him to really get into those details on Wednesday. But Diane, this is going to be a very strange moment for the president and really for all the lawmakers who are in there. We're so used to these State of the Union addresses where it's packed in the House chamber. 1,600 people are usually there. This time we're looking at around 200 people total. A very limited number of lawmakers because of the pandemic. They'll all be socially distanced. They'll be wearing masks. Remember, you know, the First Lady always brings some special guests to highlight accomplishments and policy priorities of an administration. That can't happen because nobody will be bringing any guests. Big question we're looking, though, of course, is will the president be wearing a mask? Because as of right now in the House chamber, you're required to wear one if you're speaking. The White House said they would get back to us on that as to whether he would have a special exemption for this big speech on Wednesday night.
And we're just learning now, Karen, that Chief Justice Roberts will be the only Supreme Court justice in attendance. To your point, a very different State of the Union than what we're used to seeing. Karen, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.